Support for this podcast comes from State Farm. With surprisingly great rates, State Farm is the real deal when it comes to home and car insurance. State Farm agents are always ready to help you personalize your insurance plan so you can create a policy that fits your needs. You can manage your coverage, pay your bill, or even file a claim right from your phone with the State Farm mobile app. And you can always call one of the State Farm agents in neighborhoods across the country. Get a great rate without sacrificing great service. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
I present to you Dumb People Town live.
What's up? That's awesome.
Yo, you guys.
Hello, friends.
Everybody. How you doing? I think I'm missing something because, there's the hat. You know what's coming. But first,
an unwanted hug.
Someone who doesn't know how to properly.
We got to get this show rolling. Randy is due back working at a Trader Joe's in Yellowstone in about 5 minutes. Okay?
I feel like a guy who says that you cannot prevent forest fires. That's me.
He identifies who cannot He identifies who cannot stop. You got the joke out, Randy. Just do your job. Okay.
I'm going to introduce. We are so excited about this show. We have great guests. Our guest is great. Our musical guest is great. And I'm going to introduce him to play a little music at the top. He's someone that we've loved for so long. I loved him in his original incarnation of his band. His solo stuff is incredible as well. He's coming to you from Memphis. I think he is a deeply soulful person. He's going to play an original song and our theme song. Would you please
Step aside and let the man go through.
Let the man go through. Here comes our good friend Mike Doughty. Everybody, give it up.
Don't touch the box, don't touch the shelf, don't touch the people, don't touch yourself. Lysol sprayed on the wheel, no hugging, no speaking, hand holding, no feel. With the savoir-faire, Pikachu pillowcase, massive debonair, conversating with an Amazon bot, Whataburger drive-thru dressing like an astronaut. Do the Rona Polona. Do the Rona Polona. You won't know it if you're doing it right. You never know it if you're doing it right. You won't know it if you're doing it right. And if you're doing it right, you're doing it right. Fuck this curve, fuck Manuchin. If I was a kid, I'd find me a mall to loot. Chin up, at least you learn to use the phone. Soderbergh reboot of Home Alone's What You Live. Don't watch the vain man who can't forgive. Jesus would for the common good. Got the mask on, laying in the cut. At the Dunkin' looked like an extra and my eyes wide shut. Sorry. I tried super hard. Do the Rona Polona. Do the Rona Polona. You won't know it if you're doing it right. You never know it if you're doing it right. You won't know it if you're doing it right. If you're doing it right, you're doing it right. Homer in the hedges, scrub down the edges, voices in your head like a little tiny Cardi B on the ledge with the box of wipes next to me. If I jump, they'll scrape me up, throw me in a sanitized super gulp cup. Come correct with a stimulus check and buy a yellow esteem. I'm unsure when, but I'll check before they close down France again. Do the Rona Polona. Do the Rona Polona. You won't know it if you're doing it right. You never know it if you're doing it right. You won't know it if you're doing it right. If you're doing it right. You won't know it if you're doing it right. You'll never know it if you're doing it right. You won't know it if you're doing it right. If you're doing it right. Doing it right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Now I
Mike.
do the song.
Yeah, let's do the theme. Give it to us, buddy.
Okay.
You know, it's a toughie.
Dan and Rand and Jay will share. Tells the folks so unaware. They lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida. There's half price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Starman Sam Van Kirk. Don't be a jerk, because when the music quits, funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Jump around, hunker down, make a sound at the ground round in a strapless gown, like downtown Julie Brown, it's Dumb People Town.
Yes. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. You gave Dan a new name.
I'll take it. I'll take Sam
Dan
Van
has
Kirk.
become Sam Van
Dude,
Kirk.
I got student loans.
Did I call you Sam? Oh.
Yeah.
That's all right, dude. That's all right.
20 times in a row. It's not an easy song.
It's
Don't
not
worry
an easy
about
song,
it.
and you crushed it, and
Like
you
I
added your
said.
own twist at the end. It was beautiful.
Whatever
Thank
throws Sally Mae off my case, you help out.
So Mike
Don't
Doughty,
sweat it.
Mike Doughty, you're with us, and I'm so happy you're here. You're going to be playing music throughout. You're going to help us get through these things. But first, I have to ask everybody and say to everybody, hey, Townies, welcome to a Nowhere Comedy Club live Zoom version of That was good. That was very good. Population U. Before we get to our guests, we always have. Hi, Dan. How are you?
What's up, buddy?
Hi, Sam. Great to see you.
Good to see you, my man.
We always have a little thing that we started to do now, aside from making fun of Randy's hat.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are making fun of my hat. I think it's fantastic.
You also don't know why you lost the deposit.
I do. I'm in a mighty Boston's cover band from Portland, Maine. Randy bought that hat just so he could tell people his opinions on the fire. Yeah, that's what Randy wants to know.
Yeah, that's right. So you could never solve the case. You look like the hat won you.
I did. All right, are you ready? Randy, you also look like you're a private investigator in Jackson, Wyoming. Okay.
And a public investigator.
I'm a public investigator.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So we start out every show with a little bit of fun, and of course, on this one, we're going to dig into what we love to do because there's some stories that can't make a full show.
Yeah, it's just a headline.
Right. That is why we just do headlines. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you guys ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guys the first one.
These are stories that don't have enough content in them. It's just but the headlines alone are worth
the
making
headlines
fun of.
alone. Yeah, exactly. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Just to be clear.
Here it is. First one is this. Man who had sex with bicycle sentenced, and he could not look any more pissed about it.
Man who had sex with bicycles. To me, I'm assuming it's a unicycle.
There's also a daughter somewhere asking him, like, what are you into these days, Dad? And he said, spokes.
I'm into banana seats.
What part of the bike do you have sex with?
I don't know. The tires? The pump? Look. Shouldn't you be wearing biking gloves and not mittens? I feel like that would be more. I don't know. To me, I feel like it could be a recumbent unicycle now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Someone's land.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you ready for another one?
That is the Tour de France, as far as I'm concerned. How many bicycles can you have sex with?
I want to remind everybody, we're running this. We're all figuring out just like everybody's doing in life. I always say this at the beginning of every Zoom show I ever do. I can guarantee you two things. One, we're going to have a lot of fun. Two, some of this, if not a lot of it, will not go as planned.
Correct.
So just that is what's happening in life right now. Bear with me. You'll be able to see the wires at some point.
There you go. You can see yourself
Okay,
up there.
Ready
All
for
right.
this? Second headline. Someone breaks into Gulf Home, but it's spelled Guelf, and defecates in their dishwasher.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are going to defecate anywhere.
Right.
Does that qualify as doing a load?
Here's the best. Yes, it does. That's an Asklar Brothers double win right there. The entire story for this is 3 sentences.
Okay,
Ready?
let's hear
the
it.
whole story is 3 sentences.
Let's hear it.
Sometime between 1 a.m. and 8:15 a.m.
Too big of a window.
I
Too
know.
big of a window.
I know. Like, you don't know anything more than that.
I'm going to say this. I think the window to deliver that dishwasher was smaller than the window they gave of when someone took a shit in it.
On September 13th, 2020, a residence located near the intersection of Starwood Drive and Eastwood Road. They don't even know which I have no idea what time.
I love that we can't be specific about the house.
Right. In the city of Gulf, so they know where, was entered through an unlocked back sliding glass door.
Which one? We don't know.
Who knows? Also, people lock your goddamn doors.
Lock your doors. One could say that he dropped his load using an unlocked sliding glass door, back door as well.
Fair enough.
All right.
While the residents were asleep, nothing was taken. However, the culprit defecated in the open dishwasher before leaving the residence.
Why would you leave your dishwasher open? I disagree with that. Nothing was taken. Someone's dignity was taken. Someone's dignity was taken.
For sure.
Someone's innocence was taken.
That's what I love too. Anyone with information is asked to contact Constable John Hunt, who literally by his name should be doing a better job.
Constable John Hunt. Is he from the original Mary Poppins? Who calls it a constable
Constable
anymore?
John Hunt.
He's Mike's brother. We know that for sure.
I wanted to give out some love, and I forgot that first headline. See, I've already messed this up. Jesse Malgren at Jesse Malgren sent it in, and then the second one, Missy Jacobs at Missy MI 772-69017, which may or may not be Missy's social security number.
All right, just try it out. Try it out. See if it works.
I don't want to forget it. Okay, you
Go
ready?
apply for a loan and see if it works.
You ready for the third headline?
Yes.
I love this one. Let me cue this up here.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. This is somebody, oh man, if we saw her in the wild.
Oh God.
Jacksboro woman charged with public intoxication for chewing on horse's mane and calling it candy.
Okay.
Now,
by the way, she's good. She's good teeple, is what I say. She's good teeple. Here's the church. Here's the teeple. Why is she chewing on a horse?
yes. Somewhere
That old nursery rhyme.
Somewhere there's a bedroom with a niece inside of it wondering what happened to their aunt.
Said she was going out for some milk. I just think it's good that the bitter beer face guy is still getting work. I like this. And I don't like the fact that after she was caught, they took her out back and shot her. You're gonna turn her into glory.
Man, what are you doing? Shooting candy? Is it good? No. You like it? Mm-mm. You want to take it out of your mouth? Mm-hmm. Okay, come over here behind this barn.
I can't tell.
Oh my God.
She thought she was chewing on candy. The horse's name was Candy, or her.
How many people have told Cynthia Teeple, we gave you money last time?
Cynthia Teeple right now is not allowed to ride a public bus.
Yeah. Cynthia Teeple has her picture in 4 diners, all for not paying. No autograph.
Do not serve this woman. Cynthia Teeple has shown up to 3 different family reunions this year, and none of them are her family.
But always had a dish. Little Caesar's hot and ready.
That's right.
Is it good? It's hot and ready. You guys got any candy?
Candy's out back. Cynthia Teeple has looked at more than one dog and said, it looks tasty.
Yeah.
Don't stop it.
I mean, Cynthia Teeple has told someone at some point, if you leave, you're never going to get this back.
my God.
and meant it.
I'm just going to tell you something. Cynthia Teeple has bangs, and she did not ask for them.
Yes. They grew of their own volition.
That's right. That's right. They grew despite her. They grew despite her.
Cynthia
Okay.
Teeple's pissed at the tooth fairy. That's okay.
All right. Those are headlines to get us warmed up. And we have Mike Doughty here. We're going to bring in our guest. He is, I can't tell you how much I love this guy. I love that he has blown up the way that he has. I love him as a comedian.
Yes.
I love him as a filmmaker.
Oh, man.
I love him as a friend, as an author. You know, he was one of the only guys we used twice on our show, Cheap Seats in New York. That's how long we've known him and love him. Would you please welcome our friend, Mike Birbiglia?
You, my friend.
There he is.
Hey.
You know, I really like those news stories. I think you guys have a lot of great jokes, and I'm all for jokes. I'm all for humor.
Yeah.
I have to be a little bit political when I make jokes at people's expense.
Yeah.
Because my last film, Don't Think Twice, was nominated for Teeple's Choice Award, and so I just don't want to say anything.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
It's gonna like step on the wrong toes.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose the feature in Teeple magazine. I get it. I got you. The same joke you did. Made the same joke you did. I mean, I do think it was cool that when they chased her, she ran over a hurdle, stepped in some water, and we call that the Teeple chase.
Yeah. By the way, Cheap Seats is my first ever IMDb credit, and I'm amazing that to this very day.
You played. This is my favorite thing that you played. You played a man dressed in an ape's costume that served tea very daintily to our guests on the show. Like your object work was so amazing. Dainty and so good.
I also played the Super Teams Me guy.
Yes. So you were Morgan Spurlock's. You know, you watched a lot of Super Teams. 30 days of Super Teams, and you lost your mind and threw up out the window.
That show was the best, and I saw a petition being passed around and circulated to bring back Cheap Seats. And I will sign that petition. I'm thrilled.
I love it. Thank you, Stephen Elton Yates, for doing that. I appreciate that. Well, I have a question for you because you you now have a kid. You've been you sort of been locked down in that mode. Do you feel like in New York? Do you feel like the world is getting dumber, or are we just more privy to the dumb that exists?
I think it's either we were that dumb before, and we're opening up the matrix of dumb.
Yes.
We were dumb all along. Or we're getting dumber, which is what your theory is. I don't know.
Either way, it's out there and it's there. Well, we like to do. Dan, should we do?
Yeah, I mean, they say like struggle shows character, and I think that's where our world and country is right now. It's like, you guys are struggling. Here's how bad you are.
Yeah,
that's
and part of this show is we've all done dumb things in our lives. So we're going to present you with some stories and some things that will make you feel better about the dumb stuff.
And we love to kick off the show. Mike, I don't know, both Mikes, I don't know, Doughty and Birbiglia, I don't know if you've ever played, but we do a little thing here to open the show called What is Your Florida Man? Which Florida man are you? So the way that this is played, we will start out with Mike Birbiglia. According to the interweb, Mike, your birthday is June 20th. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, good. Okay, happy birthday.
June 20th.
Thank you.
Headline is, I'm going to get this ready here. Headline is, specifically Florida man couldn't drive stick after carjacking. Now, according to witnesses and investigators, and Torrin Chief Keith Bell, is his name? Yeah.
Chief Keith.
Yes.
Chief Keith
Bell ordered a woman out of her car, but abandoned the car a short time later because he couldn't drive a stick shift.
So he tried to jack the wrong car. You got to know what to do.
You have to know your limits as a criminal.
That's bad.
Can you imagine?
He tried to jack the car.
Yes.
Couldn't drive stick.
Failed miserably, which I also hope was a conversation they had as he was getting her out of the car. Can you drive? I can drive it, ma'am.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can. I need this car.
And she's trying to be nice, but it's making him feel worse. She's like, "You got to put your foot on the car." I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
I've played Need for Speed. I know how this works. I also hope he kept stalling out, so she was just next to him. I would be like, "Nope, you're still push
Mike,
the halfway."
You gotta go. Mike, did you ever have a stick shift car?
No, I can't drive stick. But I've driven. I would say 100,000 plus miles across this great America of ours. But I've never driven a stick. It's always intimidated me.
Yeah. So Randy and I, we took a job in, what was it? 2000. The year 2000. We took a job. This was like before. I mean, they wanted us to do like 10 hours of filming a day to drive a Toyota Spider,
an MR2 Spider
across country. And they said, "Do you guys know how to drive stick?" And we didn't even look at each other.
We were both like,
yes. But so we had to have our friend who knew how to drive stick come to the Toyota place in Torrance and drive it off the lot because we didn't know how to drive it.
God,
and we were about to drive it across the country. We learned how to drive stick in 2 days, and then we went on this trip. And I just remember we were missing. We were in Phoenix 7 hours into the trip, and I missed the exit, or he was just missing the exit. And so Randy went from 5th gear down to 1st gear without downshift at all.
Oh, no.
It sounded like I stepped on a puppy. Yeah, it was just the worst noise ever. The worst noise ever. And so we were terrible at it. So it's not something you can pick up in a second. So I understand why.
Kudos to you guys for lying. I mean, that's
straight up lie.
If someone asks if you're a god, you say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take it to the next level. In the stick shift.
Yeah.
I don't know what the stick shift is doing. That is how illiterate I am.
Oh,
that's
explain it to me. Explain it to me.
You know when you're getting on a freeway and your car goes like that noise?
Dan, I find this tone insulting.
This is all done out of love.
No, I don't like how you're kind of cocky about how you went into it.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what a car.
It's almost like you're wearing Randy's hat. I feel like you should be
give him
wearing
the hat.
Randy's hat.
Yeah, I will.
No, give it to Dan.
I'll look
Dan
so
can explain.
good in this hat.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
Okay. I know. Look at me. I feel like I'm going to solve a Dick Tracy comic. Okay. Oh my God. Don't I look like I just started being a park ranger and got fired in the same day?
You look like you're in the tour. You look like you're in the touring company for the movie Rounders.
Right. I look like I'm only allowed to handle the drums. Okay. Essentially, the stick does. You're doing that. You're controlling when it
goes up to each gear.
He knows.
All right. He's a smart guy.
All right, Doughty, where are you at? We got your Florida man here. Jump
I'm
in.
right here.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Okay.
Floridaized.
Now, these are always fun. When I come across a great story in any context, it's always a gem.
When's
I can't
his
wait
birthday?
to share it
When's
with
his
the
birthday?
world. Well, I have June 10th for you. Is that correct? Okay.
That is my daughter's birthday.
And 10 days.
Oh, that's so nice.
And you're only 10 days older than Birbiglia.
Okay, so this is your birthday. Your Florida man is one of those stories. And when I saw it, I was like, how did I miss this?
Okay.
Headline is perfect. Florida man said cocaine on his nose wasn't his. Look at this honor student.
So
I have done that.
you have not done that.
In my life. Yeah.
Well, that would be cocaine in your beard. You'd be like, this is
Yeah,
mine.
exactly.
How much stuff lands in your beard that you're like, that I've never seen that before in my life. I didn't have Cheetos.
You have to think about it a lot in life, except during quarantine. That's really the beauty is anything can fall in here, and I don't care.
It's yours.
What I love about your Florida man is if we look at him, he looks like he's still in the middle of his lie. Like he looks like how many times do I have to tell you? I do not do cocaine. Cocaine does me.
He definitely heard
This
this.
looks like a selfie.
Yeah, he definitely.
You know, this is not my cocaine selfie.
Yeah, it's like the officer's probably like 20 minutes into it. We're like, yeah, I don't want to hear you talk about sirens anymore. Yeah, I can tell you about sirens.
Right.
Great.
I love the back of your car.
Yeah.
Have you ever been back here?
No.
Okay. Here's a little blurb for you, Doughty. Fabricio Jimenez was pulled over during a traffic stop early Sunday. One of the deputies almost immediately spotted a white powder on his nose and identified it as cocaña.
Okay.
The powder later tested positive for the drug, but Fabricio tried to tell deputies the cocaine on his nose was not his.
I'm just holding it up in my nose for a friend.
Maybe he got smacked.
Yes.
Somebody was doing bump off their hand and just rage, and you know
that's
a great story. And and he won't stop telling everyone about it.
I mean, he got essentially smacked with a ton of confidence. That's what you're saying.
Yes. It's like my brother asked me one time, what do you do when you have a friend who keeps doing cocaine? And I said, introduce them to anyone else. That'll take care of them for the night.
Technically, he did not own the cocaine.
No. That's right. So is there a feasible way that we can make his excuse feasible, Birbiglia?
No, I don't know. I was just imagining like maybe there was some kind of a cocaine blower that came in, like a guy came in like a leaf blower, but it's a cocaine blower, and he blew it all over his face, and then he's trying to wipe it off. This isn't even mine. I'm so sorry.
So you're talking about cocaine like it's being shot out of a T-shirt cannon
against
at a
his
Knicks
will.
game. Okay.
It's almost like it's like the clerk's excuse. I wasn't even supposed to do cocaine today.
And let me just make a note of this. Our mom is watching this, Annette Sklar, and this is the longest we've ever spoken about cocaine in front of our mom. So,
Usually you guys just get right to it. There's no talking. That's right.
Yeah, we go straight to the cocaine talk with our mom. We do it. We don't talk about it. That's at that point.
All right, everyone. Should we get to story number one?
You guys ready to get into story number one, everybody?
Here we go. Welcome all of us on this journey through Dumb People Town. Sent in by one of the stalwarts, a pillar of the community, Carlene McDermott at She Be Carlene.
She Be Carlene, which to me should be a companion show to That's So Raven.
I agree.
Or it should a store that's now taking over all the defunct Toys R Us. She Be Carlene.
I'd be down for that.
It's like they sell toys and also like clothes from Chico's.
Oh, I love that place. It's right next to She Be Teeples.
That's you can get a lot of horse brushes at She Be Teeples. They sell horse brushes and dentures. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
This is a fun one. A man has gotten revenge on his neighbor for constantly leaving dog waste outside of their home. Mm-hmm. He decided to leave his own treat at the offender's doorway.
Nope.
Yeah, this is not a 1-for-1.
Everyone has a Ring doorbell these days.
Right. This would be equivalent of like if you step on somebody's foot repeatedly and then they decide to hit you with a hammer.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to go like your dog shit in front of my house, so I'm now going to take a human person and shit in front of your doorway.
That's not dog doesn't know better. Dog does not know better.
Right. Sean Miller, who sounds like he's never had a good time based off of what we know about him. Probably Sean Millers that are crazy, and then there's Sean Millers that are like, dude, take your shoes off.
A lot of rules.
Not like an in-between.
A lot of rules at Sean Miller's house. Sean Miller's phone, his phone is always on his belt. Yeah,
right.
And he always on his belt. And what he says is, my phone is always holstered.
Sean Miller also, I know we do this a lot, but it fits. Car dealership.
Yeah, Sean Miller, Ford, Sean Miller
Honda,
Chevrolet,
Sean Miller. See, it works. Okay. Sean Miller first noticed there was an issue when one of his neighbors put up signs asking the dog owner to stop leaving the animal's excrement in front of people's apartments. That would also insinuate that you think the person who has these dogs is like taking their shit and putting it in front of you, which is not what's happening.
So the dog isn't pooping there, but they're just putting it, they're moving it.
But they're saying, so they put up signs. Sean Miller's neighbors said, hey, please don't let your dog shit in front of our places anymore.
Right. Biggs, do you have a dog?
I do not. Also don't follow this story at all.
That's fine. Welcome to town.
Welcome to town.
This dude lives at like apartments. There's dogs shitting in front of people's houses. Some neighbors put up signs, and he thought that wasn't enough. So he took it to another level.
That's right.
Yes. But the situation continued to be messy. That's when somebody who writes an article wants to be funny.
Yep.
Why not? If you want to be funny, just become a Southwest flight attendant.
Yeah.
Sean Miller.
Seriously, how did 9/11 not kill Southwest comedy?
I don't
It
know.
really should have killed comedy on Southwest.
Sean Miller.
Like, if you go on a Southwest Airlines flight, anybody, and I'm not assuming that will happen for another 2 years, and someone starts telling a joke over the microphone, you're allowed to yell, too soon. Too soon. Reference to 9/11.
Too close to when Otis Redding's plane went down.
That's right. Too soon.
Too soon.
Okay, Sean Miller decided to go rogue, which is giving him too much credit. Like that is not you shit on people.
Which
literally.
means that Sean Miller went to a meeting in the apartment complex,
And he's like, "Excuse me, I have a way to fix this."
and everyone's like, "We're not
No,
going to do
Sean,
that.
I
We're
want to
not
shit
gonna
on their. I want to
Sean,
shit on
you're
their.
here on a sublease. You're not even part of the HOA.
Just let me shit on his porch.
No, Sean.
No.
All right. Well, I have a different solution.
What
I have
is
a different
what is
solution.
your different solution?
It's that I shit on his porch.
No, Sean. Sean Miller decided to go rogue.
So,
Waiting.
like, at the end of the meeting,
Yeah.
at the end of the meeting,
He's like, "Great
Point
meeting,
of order?
guys. Great
Point of
meeting."
order.
I just want to make sure that we're all set. We're all on the same page here. And Sean, please do not.
No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
I don't think you're listening.
You guys
to
have been
it.
heard, but then I wouldn't be going rogue if I listened. So I get what I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Please
And
don't.
Sean's like, "Great meeting, everyone. I'm just going to shit on their porch."
No.
So Sean waited for the culprit to strike, then followed him and his two dogs back to their home. So Sean follows the man and his dogs. Meanwhile, you're like, buddy,
Yeah.
what? Don't, right? Miller later returned to the guilty party's home in Hackney, East London at 2 a.m., taking a Sainsbury's carrier bag with him that contained his own waste. So I guess that's a little bit better than like,
Actually doing it.
yeah,
But
right?
like, yeah, because I don't know if I could poop on command.
Oh, you're not living, dude. You need more coke.
Mike Doughty. Doughty, what were you
You've
going to
never
say?
tried to shit outdoors.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It takes a fair amount of mental wherewithal
Yes.
to accomplish it. You
I mean,
really
we
have to, you know.
Yeah, but he was probably.
I haven't tried often, but I have tried.
Yes.
Well,
You wouldn't be a rock and roll guy if you haven't tried. I mean,
right, for sure.
listen,
I know.
camping is another thing. It just, it's hard to do. It gives me more. I actually have more respect for dogs that they can do.
But now I don't respect this guy because he had like a pre-packaged poop. Like
Yes.
he didn't.
Well, in fairness, I believe his nickname is Porto Shani.
Yes.
Yes. At least that's what his tattoo says.
Yes.
Sean Miller shared his own story on Facebook because that's where you go to put anything negative in your life.
That's right.
That's where you go to figuratively take a shit that everyone can see.
Claiming that there had been no doggy dumpings since he left his in July when he took matters into his own hands. Again, that's him like being like, so if anybody wants to start giving me credit, everybody's like, Sean, delete your post.
He asked.
Sean said, obviously, my other neighbor's warning signs didn't deter the person from letting their dogs relieve themselves outside other people's homes. I hope one person that he went to college with is like, Sean, you understand you're publicly writing that you're shitting in front of other people's places.
That's right. That's what he's doing.
You're creating a paper trail.
He said, so one night I saw the man. You think he'll ever wonder why he didn't get away with it?
Yeah.
So one night I saw the man, followed him to find the block he lived in, and I marked it down. You're not a detective.
That's right.
You're also not the Golden State pooper.
Yes,
like
right.
you don't need to do reconnaissance.
Oh, it gets better. He says, I checked that there was no CCTV because you wouldn't want to be caught doing something like that. I knew it would look pretty normal wearing a mask like a ninja. No. Right. No, now you already know everything about him.
I pretty much think if you poop and put it in a bag and put it on someone's doorstep, you've broken the ninja code.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Also, if you tell someone what you did, you've broken the ninja code.
Ninjas are pretty hush-hush about what they've done. I would say that...
I want to...
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
I wanted to say that, like, look, it probably intervened effectively on the dog owner's behavior.
Yes.
And so, whatever you think of the method, it worked. I would bet you it worked.
You got the job done.
He would say so.
I will also say this. You don't see a lot of ninjas on Facebook.
No. Did you ever see the greatest Onion headline of all time?
Go ahead.
I don't know if he's available for an interview, but I would ask him which character he related to in the film Neighbors.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Also, Birbiglia, I guarantee you he's available for an interview. This guy wants to talk to anyone about his accomplishments. He said so.
I would also ask him which Sex and the City girl was he? Is he a Carrie?
No, he's obviously a Samantha.
He's a Samantha.
Yeah, 100%.
He doesn't mind getting dirty, but he'll regret it later when he does other roles.
He says he checked CCTV. He wore a mask, which made him feel like a ninja. Then one night, after having a nice meal, I let one out, which is also the most discreet and disgusting way to do it at the
It's
same
also
time.
what you say when you're saying it's time to let the dogs out.
Yeah. Well, he did. It wasn't as impressive as one of my usual ones. No one cares, Sean Miller.
And you need to understand what the word impressive means. Like, I don't think we all think anything you're doing
an
is
Igor
Stravinsky concert is impressive.
Right.
What you did in that bag is not impressive.
Right. The Lego's Death Star is impressive.
He's like, if you think that's good, you should come down to the dealership.
No, we're not. We're not. We got some great APRs. Sean, this is a horrible commercial for you.
Sean Miller strikes me as he owns a car dealership that just sells stick shifts.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to drive.
I don't know how to drive.
Get these off here. I can't. He says one night he let one out. It wasn't impressive, but I left it there outside their door along with a roll of poo bags so they had no excuse in the future. So he's dropping a little. He's giving a little.
By the way, there is no way that anyone would understand the message he sent.
Yes.
Don't be so sure. We'll get into that. He said, I felt like a bit of a hero afterwards. And it's a bit like I'm dirty Batman. Stop escalating. Also, this is not at all how Batman operates.
Yeah, Batman. If Batman were to do that, he would have to take off the utility belt.
Right.
It's just a lot of logistics.
Although, what if Sean Miller's Facebook post like all of a sudden took a hard left turn and he's like, because I watched my parents die, and ever since you're like, whoa.
I am my own butler.
He said, I'm clearing the streets of dog shit one shit at a time. Again, not close to what Batman does.
Also, you're leaving shit. You're not clearing anything.
No, you're adding to the
it.
problem.
Right.
Yeah. It's been one of them things that's been on my mind for a while. I'm sure, like a lot of things.
Yep.
And so at least I got it out of my mind. So now it's more about him.
It's about me getting it out of my mind. It's really not about anything.
But what does his wife or girlfriend have to say?
Yeah, he's probably
right. She took the swords. He says, and it got out of my body as well, so he's got jokes. If there's a positive out of it, that's a bonus. Miller laid his poop on the floor with a message attached to a cocktail stick that was a stark warning to the dog owner. We are now going to see what that message looked like. And
boy.
There's some appropriate blurring, but if you do need to look away,
this is
a great time,
Mom.
But it's blurred out. It's blurred out. It's like the cutest little piece of shit I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
To the tramp with the two dogs.
You've been leaving your dog shit outside people's homes. No apostrophe on people's. Fine.
Right, that's fine.
That's okay.
Right.
I'm an English major. I'm sorry.
People's homes.
At people's homes. I thought I'd again, no apostrophe for the I. There's certain punctuation. I feel like he maybe shit out all of his ability to punctuate.
Yes.
Leave a present bag. Please use the enclosed poo bags to avoid any further presents coming back to
Here's
you.
my favorite part.
But he did it in don't.
Wait, you're about to get my favorite part.
Don't blame the wrong person for this.
Which means he knows who this person's gonna think it is.
Yeah.
Why did he have to call her a tramp? Like that just seems unnecessary. It seems like he's getting the message through quite strongly without the extraneous insult.
Yeah, he didn't need such strong words. Mike, what'd you say? Birbiglia, what'd you say?
I was just going to say, there's a lot of things you could call Sean, but one thing I would think of him as is a low information voter.
Very much. Very much.
He's a one-issue guy. He's a one-issue guy.
He's a one-issue.
He's a number two issue guy. He's a number two issue guy.
Here's the great thing. Sean said that soiling the offender's shared entrance meant that there could have been a few innocent people affected by the stunt, which means he didn't even leave this in front of their door. He left it in the entrance to the apartment building.
Yeah.
So cut to all these other people being like, the hell is
Dan,
this
we
about?
call that collateral damage. It's collateral damage. The poo game.
However, he hopes they'd notice who owned the dogs and pass the sentiments on to them. So now Sean is hoping that someone else says to let's call him Greg. Greg, did you see the sign for your dogs out front? Like he wants them to help.
No, it's cleaned up. That's like when Randy and we used to have this discussion about the old Phil Collins song, "In the Air Tonight." I'm sure you guys know it.
Yes.
But apparently the urban myth surrounding that song was that he saw somebody watch somebody else drown. And we're like, wait a minute, Phil, that means you watched someone drown too. You're culpable here. Saw someone watch someone drown, and then he invited that person to his concert, and then a spotlight came down on that person, and then he sang "In the Air Tonight." But as we all know, you go to a concert, what if that at that moment that the spotlight comes down, the guy's out getting nachos or somewhere. He's and Phil had to say to the band, hey, we got to have a loose set list tonight, guys. Just trust me. It's about,
right.
If I go into this, we got to make sure
to be there.
I need you to
like he's going to leave.
He literally said, I need this to happen against all odds.
All right, guys, we have to do it. We're in too deep.
But that's what this is. Oh, go. What were you saying?
This is a little bit of a digression, but I did an outdoor show last week, and there were porta potties.
Yeah.
And it's a pain to wear the mask, but we all have to do it. But then I wore a mask in a porta potty. And it was the first time that I understood the genius of the porta potty. Because if you can't smell the potty, you're going, this is a pretty good portable potty machine.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, I was like, I think the problem is that there's just too much potty. It's just a volume thing.
Yes.
That's right.
It's a mountain of potty that almost reaches your butt.
Right.
Yes. Enter in Dirty Batman to help clean it up.
That's right. Dirty Batman needs to fix this situation. You're so right. They should give masks. They should have them hanging on the door before you go in. Why am I doing a Heil Hitler?
The mask says, "I love to potty."
I love to potty. Oh, yeah. Potty with us.
Here's where we get to really learn about Sean Miller. He says, they do it in front of my place too. He's now talking about the dogs and the owner. They do it in front of my place too, but it's on a bushy bit that nobody really goes on, so it doesn't really affect me or my immediate neighbors. So he was just looking for a reason to put his shit in front of somebody else's door. This isn't even his problem.
Say the word. You say the word, and I'll poop all over this town.
And he's probably just trying to constantly fix other people's problems. I think I'm going to break up with David. Well, if you want me to, I'll go over there and I'll leave shit in front of his door. No, Sean, we don't.
He sees his poop as his superpower. That's right.
Yes.
He sees. I don't want to unleash this, but if you need me to, let's be honest, it is his pooper power. All right.
Oh God, at Sklar brother.
Come on.
We'll get out of here on this. Story number 1. How old do you believe Sean Miller is? Doughty and Birbiglia, you are our guests, so you guys get to go first. How old would you guess Sean Miller, a man who picks up other people's problems and leaves his shit in its place?
Yes.
How old do you think he is? Birbiglia or Doughty? Feel free.
My theory, based on your leading question, Dan, is that he's younger than I would expect, because you'd think he's sort of an angry old get off my lawn man.
Sure.
But I think that what you're getting at is maybe he's more in the realm of like a 34.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you're saying he's less of a get off my lawn and more of a get more of me on your lawn. Yes. Doughty, what do you think?
I would say 38.
38.
I would think that's the age at which he has really internalized the fact that he's never going to get into show business.
Right.
So this is his thing.
Yeah.
And no one's going to read his dirty Batman script. That's It's like what they're doing with Pattinson, but it's even darker.
It's darker. It's so dark. How long is it? It's 200 pages. I don't need to read it. Just give me
It
the
reads
highlights.
fast. There's a lot of stage direction.
It reads fast. The dialogue's real snappy. It's like, I don't know if there's a lot of dialogue in Batman. Stage directions. All right. What do you think? You go first, Jim. I'm going to go older because I do think he is older. I think he's 53, which, by the way, like a long time ago, 53 sounded so old. That is 4 years older than me and Randy. Okay. 53. I'm going to even go older. I'm going to say 62.
62.
This guy has had it up to here with having it up to here.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's run through.
So Birbig says 34. Doughty says 38.
I say
54. 53. And
Yeah.
I say 62.
62. Okay. None of you are exactly right.
Okay.
And not only that, as we see the little bubble in the chat on the Zoom, I love that you guys are playing along. Not one of you, as far as I've seen, has guessed it exactly right either. Now, I'm not saying every single
Someone
chat
just
that
wrote
goes up.
15. 14.
You guys are still putting in numbers. No one has guessed
Someone
it.
put in 87.
87, he should be proud of that
Someone
shit.
wrote 4. Someone wrote 4 years old. 118 just came out.
Okay. I'll tell you this. I have seen the correct number on the screen 3 times. Now that it's probably out there more.
Okay.
But I will reveal his photo and tell you at the same time.
Sean Miller. Dirty Batman.
AKA the Dirty B, whose parents are probably like, I wish we had died when he was young. All right, ready? He went on Facebook and told everybody.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Dirty Batman. No one wants to be his Robin.
Don't you? I hope his dad saw the post first and did the classic, like, you want to know what your son did?
On the
Real
Facebook,
proud of him. Mr. Studio Apartment. Real proud of him.
I just sent you a link, Diane.
Okay, here we go. Dirty Batman is 44 years old. He looks like he never waits for her to come. Ever.
If he were to get married, he'd get married in Polar Tech.
Those glasses work perfectly, but he also found them.
He looks like he works for a CD-ROM company today.
Sometimes you can stand directly in front of someone and tell how long their ponytail is.
Yes.
Strangely, the scaffolding is behind him in all of his photos.
Oh, he looks like he never knows why he's being let go.
That's right. He tells people that he puts the artist in martial artist.
There you go.
All right, that's our first story down in the books. I love it, you guys. We're going to take a quick break, but as we go to break, right now, let's throw it back to our good man, Mike Doughty. Take it away, brother. And everybody, as he's playing music, let's just make sure we don't make a lot of noise and so we can hear the beautiful
mute your
sounds.
mic. If you can do that quickly, it'll help.
Yep. Mike, take it away, brother.
All right. I haven't played this in like 5 years, just so you know.
I love it.
Sunken-eyed girl in the sandwich shop, ladle my soup from the kettle pot, so snorting myself, smolder looks, marks on that gaze for the right intention. Sunken-eyed girl, don't let me go. You're the whole world and you barely know so. You're the drinks I drink and keep drinking and fall down and stumble. All the drinks I drink and keep drinking and lay down and tremble. Oh, these tears are bound to fall. Sunken-eyed girl on Ludlow Street, bulletproof glass in the KFC to keep the man safe in his paper hat. Keep the wrong hands off the biscuit fortune. Sunken-eyed girl, don't let me go. You're the whole world and you barely know so. I'm no prize for you, no trophy to keep walking through.
Try to guess how many socks I have on.
I'm
4 pairs.
not worth the time. I'll drag you down. Don't waste your time. All right. I forgot the bridge, so this is the riff from 38 Specials, Hold On Loosely.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sunken-eyed girl on Delancey Street, bulletproof glass on the KFC to keep the man safe in his paper hat. Keep the wrong hands off the biscuit fortune. Sunken-eyed girl, don't let me go. You're the whole world and you barely know so. I'm no prize for you, no trophy to keep walking through. And I'm not worth the time. I'll drag you down. Don't waste your time. Sunken-eyed girl in the sandwich shop, ladle my soup from the kettle pot, so sorting myself with the smolder looks, parsing that gaze for the right intention.
Yes. Amazing.
Hell yeah.
There was like one major fuck up, and that was it. So
No, it was beautiful. You got a special version for all the people like us who have that song on repeat. A lot of times we got a brand new version. You have a new EP. I want everyone on who's listening on the Zoom to go check it out and pick it up. Tell them what it is and tell them how to get it.
It's called Ghost of Vroom. It's a band with me and Scrap Livingston. The EP is called Ghost of Room 2 because we have made Ghost of Room 1 but not put it out yet.
Awesome.
And it's on Spotify and your Apple Music and your Pandora and all the places where you do the things with the things.
This is a guy you want to support. I just can't tell you like how much your music for us. Like I remember listening to, Lazy Bones. And of course, like getting the Soul Coughing album when we were living in New York in the mid '90s, and just how much that was the soundtrack for there. And there are just songs off the album that Sunken-Eyed Girl is on, that album, that I would just put on and walk through the streets of Manhattan like I own the place with your soundtrack playing through it. It's such a treat for us to have you on the show. I hope you realize that, Mike.
Oh, I mean, I feel privileged to be with you guys. Thanks for having me. And thanks for telling me about the cocaine guy, because that's a choice.
Yeah, that is a choice. That is.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, it's me, Daniel Van Kirk, along with your two favorite brothers in the world. Say it.
Randy.
And Jason.
Hello.
Hey, Sklar's. The holiday season's right around the corner, and this year we know that people will be buying more stuff online than ever before. If you're an e-commerce seller, are you ready to meet the demands of your record-breaking online shopping season? Well, you can be ready with ShipStation.com. We have so many people in the Dumb People Town community. Some people have made their own shirts.
Yeah.
Some people have even made like posters and stuff.
Some people are bakeries that send wonderful
Yes.
things out.
CM Dugan made a great poster for the Minnesota show that will happen again someday when we get it back. If you're somebody like that and you send stuff, you have Etsy, whatever you do, you can use ShipStation.com. It's the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. In just a few clicks, you're managing orders, printing out discounted shipping labels, and getting products out fast, which is the key. The result? Happier holidays for you and your customers. ShipStation takes the hassle out of holiday shopping. The thing that I love about them, they allow all the people who are like their own little mom and pop put up a shingle shop. You get all the discounts as everybody else. ShipStation works with major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, UPS, even international. You can compare and choose the best shipping station and solution every single time. That's ShipStation. They even offer big discounts on shipping costs. So now, like I said, any business can access the same postage discounts that are usually reserved for large Fortune 500 companies. You'll always know what you're getting, and that is the best deal. It's no wonder they're the number one choice of online sellers. So now, right now, Dumb People Town listeners can try ShipStation for free for 60 days when you use the offer code DBT. That covers almost all the holiday season right there.
Do it now. Become, as we've all pivoted to, a lot of us, to the home businesses. This is the way of the future.
The offer code is so easy. DPT.
So make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of a massive online shopping season. Get started at ShipStation. That's ShipStation.com with the offer code DPT. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen.
Fellas, let me ask you something, and I'll ask everyone at home as well. When's the last time you got rewarded for brushing your damn teeth?
Never.
Nobody has.
No, I'll tell you when I did. Right now, I'll tell you when I did. When I just went to the dentist last week.
Okay, to explain why.
Because I use my Quip, and my Quip is amazing. And I'll tell you, my Quip and using my Quip with the new smart motor in it.
Okay, so
which
Randy,
is tracking
Randy's
me.
talking about getting praise from his dentist, but now there are actual tangible things. Your good habits and the new smart electric toothbrush from Quip,
smart motor,
will get you great perks like free products, gift cards, and more.
I love it, and it is all based on you being able to brush. The best gift of all is going to the dentist and having a sub 30-minute teeth cleaning, which I had to cancel mine because of COVID. I usually go every like 4 or 5 months. So I usually go 4 or 5 months just to make sure that it's really clean. I missed my last one, so I'm coming into this one going, it's going to be bad. I'm almost 8 months since my last. I missed one. And I went in, and because I was using Quip, and because I started using the smart motor, and I can track on my phone how I'm doing, and it tells me where I'm brushing and everything, I had a 29-minute teeth cleaning, and I was so happy.
Every day. What color do you guys have?
I have the silver.
I got the gold.
Really?
Yeah. What do you?
Rose gold.
Rose gold. My wife's got rose gold. I just love it so much. It's so sleek, so cool.
Dan's our podcast wife, so that makes sense. No, but we've heard us talk about Quip. We can go on and on about it, but their brand new thing rewards you and your mouth. The smart brush for adults and kids connects to the Quip app. Really easy.
Yeah, you download the Quip app for free. It's amazing.
And you track how well you brush, get tips and coaching how to improve your habits. You earn points for daily brushing and bonus points for completing challenges like streaks. Redeem the rewards like free products, gift cards, discounts from Quip and partners that work with Quip. I love it. It teaches you how to brush really well.
And for our kids, they love it too, and they always get good
I love their toothbrush. I love the
toothpaste.
Paste. Yeah. Mint, the watermelon for the kids.
So good.
The floss.
One of my kids loves the watermelon. The other one loves the mint.
Nice.
It's really, really incredible. And then every 3 months, you don't have to think about it. They send you a new brush head. They send you a new battery.
I just walked out of that dentist's office going, I'm doing something right for myself.
So start getting rewards for brushing your teeth today and go to getquip.com/DPT. Right now, you get your first refill for free. That's your first refill for free at getquip.com/DPT. That's GETQUIP.com/DPT. That lets them know that we sent you. Quip, better oral health made simple and rewarding.
As we get to the top of this next segment as we're here already, I want to talk about Mike Birbiglia. You got a new book out. It's new-ish. Just came out last month. Birbigs, tell folks about it and how they can grab it and what it is.
It's called The New One, Painfully True Stories from a Reluctant Dad, with poems by J. Hope Stein, my wife. And so it's a mix of comedy and poetry about how I never wanted to have a child, and then how my wife and I had a child, and how I was right in all the ways I was right, and then and then wrong, and it's emotional, and it's and the poetry is really beautiful, and the cover is gorgeous. It's Wendy McNaughton and Crystal Saka designed it, and so I would say just support your local bookstore and get it. Curbside. Chances are your local bookstore, if you request it, will get it, and they'll give it to you curbside, and it'll be safe. And I really appreciate it. And I'm enjoying Mike Doughty so much tonight. I just got word in my ear that he's been nominated for a People's Choice Award.
Oh, get out of here. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably going to select something from Boz Skaggs, but still, that's great for Doughty.
Lido. Go ahead. What were you saying, Mike Doughty?
Who could falter for choosing Boz Skaggs?
Boz Skaggs.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's an honor to be nominated.
There you go. It's an honor for people. Seriously, the new one, go pick it up. This is the time.
And one quick plug too is my podcast, Working It Out, where I'm working out new jokes with new comics every week. This week, Maria Bamford, amazing episode.
I love it. And this is kind of born out of the thing you were doing on Instagram Live, which was so much fun that we got a chance to do with you, which was, it's my favorite thing in the world when comedians riff together and you've got a new kernel of a bit of something that you want to do, and then if you have someone that you really trust across the table to then throw, hey, have you ever thought of going it this way, or I thought you were going to go this way with this, and then it opens a whole new world up. That's what comedians do in green rooms everywhere. I love this idea. Of course, Jay and I love this idea.
Working it out.
We're the Tag Masters 2000, working it out, and I look forward to an invite.
You're going to come on. It's going to be great.
I want to do it. So working it out, you can find that. That's Birbig's thing. And then catch you on all the shows you're doing on Nowhere Comedy Club. So just look up in Eventbrite.com. So yeah, check that out too. All right, should we jump into another story?
You want to do another one?
Let's do another one.
Here we go.
Right,
this was sent in by Jake Groney at Jake Groney. Jake sends in so many great stories. Thank you, my man, for being such a great contributing person to the town. I want to remind, while I have so many of you, a couple things. If you turned your mic off, just to make sure we got to hear the music as best as possible, feel free to turn it back on right now. We want to hear your laughter and have you be part of this town hall meeting.
Here we go.
Also, at Daniel Van Kirk, hashtag Dumb People Town, if you want to send in a story as well. Here we go. Ready for this headline?
Let's hear it.
Man married his mother-in-law after breaking up with his wife.
I don't see anything wrong with this.
What?
I don't see anything wrong with this story. Let's hear it.
You know what? That's the hat talking. That's the hat talking.
It's so hard for me because I like Woody's movies so much.
He's going the other way. He's marrying that mother-in-law.
He's going up. So at least he married her mother and not his own mother, because his wife already hated his mother.
Sure.
So now it just becomes like a reverse Oedipal thing.
A man who married his mother-in-law says he has no regrets despite the unusual start to their relationship.
If you marry your mother-in-law,
that is an understatement.
If you marry your mother-in-law, you are not someone who has a lot of regrets.
Right. You just go, you Christopher Cross it through life. You ride like the wind, and whatever happens,
or you sail. Or you sail through. Or a lot of times you're caught between the moon and New York City.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Actually, I was a huge fan of that TV series, How I Met Your Mother-in-Law, and it was.
Actually, sorry, Mike.
It was like an 8-minute short.
It was tight. I remember that. It's Saturday morning.
Josh Radnor, I can watch him do anything.
I think it was How I Met My Mother.
How I Met My Mother. Dan, where are they registered?
Oh, where are they? Chicos.
Yeah, obviously. They're registered.
Look at these two. Look at these two. To be no sign of life.
Why does he look older than her?
I know.
He looks worse than she does. You know how, like, when a really old person wears a kid's t-shirt? They're like it's like seeing a really old guy in cargo shorts. You're just like the universe. Maybe he's Benjamin Buttoning. Maybe he's only 5 years old. He's reverse Benjamin Buttoning.
This proves two things. One, some people can go their whole life and never learn how to smile. And two, if you're watching this show, if you're with us, you're listening to it, wherever you're taking it in, and you're in your 20s, this is what smoking does. They are 40.
Dan, I'm gonna say this, and my mom is watching this, but I'm looking at this woman, and she is filthy. I can tell you, she is a dirty bird.
Yeah, they don't kiss during sex. They get to it.
I have a theory, which is maybe he helped her move in that couch, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm staying."
By it, I mean you.
Fuck you. Oh my.
Okay,
God.
here we go.
I was just thinking that when when you're with somebody and you sort of have that like anniversary or special occasion reminisce, and it's like, oh, do you remember the movie and where we went to dinner and that thing you said and that thing you wore? And theirs will end with, and we never would have met if I didn't marry your daughter. That's
In a way, she introduced them.
You remember that one Christmas, the one when you were married to my daughter, or with me? The one where it was our whole family, or the ones where it was just us for every year after that?
I just love that if they do get married, it makes his ex-wife his daughter.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we'll get into it. Here we go. Ready? Yeah. Now look. I know we've had fun with T-Pole, and we've had fun with many names that have come into dumb people's town.
She's a T-Pole person.
Yeah.
People are T-Pole, so why should it be?
How many times she stood on top of a bar with a bottle in her hand that they're asking her to put down, yelling, "We the T-Pole will not take this." Okay. You ready for this name?
Yep.
Clive Blunden. Yes.
When you make a really big mistake, you make a Blunden.
Clive Blunden is a sex name.
I gave her a Clive Blunden. That's a British sex name.
Clive Blunden. I mean, Clive Blunden only lies.
Yes. Clive Blunden is the type of guy who's like, I've never had Coke in my life. I've never had Coca-Cola ever. And
Clive Blunden knows which street meters are broken.
Clive Blunden can only eat applesauce.
Clive Blunden wore boots to his wedding. Both of them. Clive Blunden. It's too close to Fred Garvin while also being way far from it.
I know. Clive Blunden, male prostitute.
Clive Blunden. Who is always here to fix something.
Yep, Clive Blunden's here, you guys. Clive Blunden's here.
Hey, hon.
And so he's going to fix the washer and the dryer.
Hey, Birbiglia, who did you invite over to our party tonight?
Clive Blunden.
No.
God, he's going to talk about his divorce.
I just want to let you know, babe, Clive is going to stop by. He's just stopping by. All right.
He never just stops.
Right. Clive Blunden only, like, he's like a vampire. He can only get into the garage. After that, you have to invite him. You have to invite him.
I'm in the house. Clive Blunden is a great. It reminds me of our friend Brian Lewis. He had a handyman named Fred Porps. Best name ever for a handyman. Fred Porps is the Clive Blunden of his town. And he's from Chicago, and his mom, Terry Lewis, had the most Chicago accent ever. She'd be like, Brian, Fred Porps is coming here. He's going to be here. Fred Porps
is here. Have you seen his hat? All right, here we go. Clive Blunden was actually arrested when he first tried to marry Brenda in 1997, who was, before that, his mother-in-law.
Yep. Okay.
And despite Brenda admitting she wasn't so keen when she first met him more than 2 decades earlier, the unusual couple say they have no regrets, reports the Mirror Online.
You do you.
I'm going to tell you this now, guys. Everyone in the town who's listening to this, by the end of this story,
we're going to love them.
Yeah, you kind of are. Yes, it's weird.
You do you.
It's like at the end of Midsummer when you were like, yeah, burn it down. I get it. People thought we wouldn't last, but we're stronger than ever, says Clive.
It's like the end of the movie Over the Top, where you're like, arm wrestling for custody of his kid? Sure. I buy it. Fine. I buy it.
He says, we're together 24/7 and there's magic to it. Is there magic to being with your spouse 24/7? A lot of people are finding out right now.
Birbiglia, is there magic to being with your spouse 24/7 and your kid?
I'm not going to speak to this because I just feel like for everybody's different.
Yeah, sure. Had enough. That's why you're in a kitchen in someone else's house right now.
Yeah, I will say that I will say this. My experience of the pandemic is that nothing is as it seems. Like you'll talk to your friends and they'll be like, "I'm having a great pandemic, getting a lot done," and the next week they're like, "We're getting divorced." Like, oh. The next week they're like, "We ate my grandmother."
You guys, by the end of this, you're going to kind of be like, you know what?
Let them do it.
Love who you love. Here we go.
Who am I to fight it?
Brenda added, Clive is a gentleman and he looks after me. I can get a bit argumentative, but he quiets me down, which feels a little oppressive.
That scares me.
That's some Nexium stuff right there.
All he has to do is raise his hand. No.
Brenda wasn't such a fan of Clive when he got together with her daughter Irene, who is pissed. In fact, she disliked him the moment she saw him. So they started out on the worst feet possible.
Romantic comedy. This is a romantic comedy.
Clive and Irene married in 1977 and had daughters Sarah and Tanya before divorcing in 1985. Somebody is being toned out to their local fire department right now as we speak. In fact, 4 years later, in 1989, Clive and Brenda began dating in secret, which is all great things.
Sound like a romantic comedy. Honey, I got to drop something off at your mom's house tonight. They're so old, I would call this 5,000 Days of Summer.
Look at these two in the 80s. Look at these two. Look at these two.
My goodness.
Is that the mom?
Yes.
No, that's the woman from the thing.
That's Brenda. They look close in age. All right, here we go.
I feel like they're wearing each other's tank tops.
I hope so. That's love. Dude. We found love, said Brenda. One night, he took me for a drink, and we ended up kissing.
Someone's being loud.
We're good. In 1997, they decided to marry, but a few days after they put their bands up at the register office in their hometown of Warrington, Cheshire, Clive was arrested. He was told there was lawful impediment to marrying his mother-in-law and warned he could be jailed for how long? How long do you guys think Clive was looking at going to jail for marrying his mother-in-law?
What do you think?
I mean, I would say that's a misdemeanor, maybe a 2 years in jail.
Okay, 2 years in jail. Doughty, what do you think?
9 months.
Well, they do a thing here in Tennessee, which is
they do a lot.
Which thing?
Just shy of 10 months. Which is like 9 months and 29 days.
Yeah.
If you say that, it just means like they gave you the maximum misdemeanor.
Okay.
Jail time, and it's just kind of hilarious, like how vindictive of a judge to underline it like that.
Sure.
I think I'm going 9 months and 29 days.
That's so good. I love that. Jay, what do you think? I mean, marriage itself is kind of a prison. Am I right, guys? No. Folks, I'm going to say 1 year. One year. I'm going to say 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. I have not seen the answer in the chat for the little bubble that we have here, but I will tell all of you that he could have been jailed for up to 7 years if they went ahead of it. To marry years ago.
It's like breaking a mirror.
Because this they tried to marry years ago because Brenda's first husband, Richard, passed away and Irene remarried. So why? No one should care. It's like she's moved on. Guys, you got to remember, this is like 97. They started dating in secret like 8 years prior. They really like each other. By this point, they wrongly assumed they'd be free to wed. Instead, they had to settle for Brenda changing her surname to Clive's because everybody wants to be a Blunden.
That's right. Yeah.
But this wasn't good enough for the smitten groom-to-be, who began campaigning for the 500-year-old law to be altered. I thought we should be married because we had been through everything together. Some of it you started, but also
Yes, exactly.
we were being stopped unfairly. I didn't think it was right, so I wanted to change it. It was 10 years before a European court ruled a ban on in-laws marrying was a violation of human rights. Cut to Clive remembering when he heard the news on TV in September 2005. I went straight down on one knee and proposed to Brenda. I had tears in my eyes. Come on, you come around.
I love him.
I know.
I love him.
What's
Don't
the
worry.
story of like a European court convening to decide this?
I know.
What is that?
This is our Aaron Brockovich.
All right. I mean, when he went down on one knee, he did contaminate the groundwater. Let's just say. So it is very much like Aaron Brockovich. Which I thought for a long time was Aaron Bronkelstein. I got that wrong.
On March 17, 2007, they finally became husband and wife at Wilmington Register Office, the same place where Clive had married Brenda's daughter, Irene, 30 years earlier.
Oh, you got to change it up a little bit. Hair of the dog.
I mean, if you think of it like a DNA test, he had a high percentage match with Irene, and then it was a 100% match with Brenda.
He was on the dartboard, and he just got closer to the bullseye.
The majority of the families, including Irene, did not wish to attend. Only one distant relative sent them a congratulations card.
So you know how, like, if you have a destination wedding, it weeds out all the people you don't want to come?
Sure.
This is his way of weeding out all the people you don't want to come.
Yeah, marry your mother-in-law. You'll find out who cares.
They'll have a small wedding.
Okay,
we're
going to cut to a picture of Irene, and you're going to know exactly how she feels about this situation.
Okay, let's hear it.
Here we go. Boom. Irene looks like we all divorced her.
Yeah. Irene is like who I'm going to. She's like the slip and fall lawyer.
Oh, God.
It looks like you just asked her, are you going to your mom and now stepdad ex-husband's wedding?
And she's like,
no. Also, love the piercing.
Yeah. I would say, Irene, you don't have to smile for every photo. It's okay. It's a straightforward one.
Some people never learn. Clive's ex-wife, Irene Little, did not attend the wedding and previously said she felt that she was still angry at her mother. Clive, who serenaded Brenda with a rendition of what song do you guys think?
Oh, my God.
Now, I know there's no way you're going to get this exact, but if you do, I will lose it.
For Biggs, what do you think?
What would you serenade your mother-in-law with to show how much you love her?
Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
Winner of 9 People's Choice Awards.
Right. That's amazing.
I was just thinking that a sad ending to the story would be like if you, as a gift, if you gave them the book Codependent No More, and they just read it and died.
Yeah, that was it. And that was it. That gave him permission to go. That's right. Doughty, what do you think?
I think it was something embarrassingly and awkwardly tied to like her generational mindset.
Yeah. Sure.
You know, like in a way that's like, oh, why'd you do that? So, you know, that she would think that. I'm going to go A Groovy Kind of Love.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's really solid version.
I know this is wrong, but I want to say I like big butts and I cannot lie. Now, go back to the picture, Dave. I just love that in that song, Sir Mix-a-Lot just tells you he wants to be able to lie.
He wishes he could lie to you.
He would like nothing more than to be able to tell you an untruth. And he's like, I can't do it. I would like to tell you.
Honesty is such a strong feeling inside of me.
Sir Mix-a-Lot wanted to be able to walk into the studio that day and say, you know what? I like a skinny butt. He's like something.
He might have even said that at first. Then he was like, "Guys, I'm sorry. I'm
not being truthful with myself.
Go all the way back to the very beginning.
And I just
the first line. I have to be honest.
Big butts. I cannot lie. All right, so that's what you think about.
Okay.
That is what I think.
Randy.
You say don't stand so close to me. But,
wants her closer.
He does want her closer. God, I don't even know.
You can't say in the air tonight.
I'm not going to say. You watched another guy drown. I'm sorry, Phil. I think I have to go back to another Phil Collins song. And I know that like this marriage was 100%. People said it couldn't happen. That all the things, that everything was stacked against it. So I'm going to have to go with the Phil Collins song, Susudia.
Oh, Jesus.
So bad, man.
I literally thought one of you was going to guess Come On Irene.
Come on, Irene! Daughter.
We know that I obviously would go with Clarence Carter's Strokin'. That is the greatest wedding.
I also would go with, and of course, you know I love this song, and anybody who's ever been at karaoke with me knows that this is my go-to song, Gregory Abbott's Shake You Down.
Right, of course, yes.
Come on, girl, let's start the show. Well.
Cut to what's her name? Teetle?
Teeple.
Yeah, she's just singing. She's singing Low Down. All right, here we go. Clive serenaded Brenda with his own personal rendition of. He's not even going Groban. Westlife, You Raise Me Up.
What?
Groban, Westlife, which is like this boy bandish, like, I mean, they're great singers. I've watched the video.
Westlife,
but you know the song, You Raise Me Up.
No, Westlife sounds like the church from The Vow.
Westlife sounds like the magazine you read in the plane.
Well, Westlife sounds like a pyramid scheme. There's a great article about gyms in Phoenix in Westlife. Westlife magazine.
Oh my God.
You raise me up. He crushed it.
Stop it.
It had been a struggle to get to that point, but it was a wonderful day, and we will always remember. You guys have been together for, at that point, like 20, 30 years?
That's right. You're always going to remember that day.
Brenda says...
You will always remember the day when you get down on one knee and ask your former mother-in-law to marry you.
Yeah.
Wow.
They headed off to Spain for a month-long honeymoon.
Love it.
Awesome. But after hitting the headlines, they were instantly recognized. We went to get away from it all. We walked into the apartments, and God help me, they all knew who we were. The barman said, "Ooh, we've got celebs," but everyone was really nice about it. We had a fantastic honeymoon.
There you go.
I love this.
That's what it is.
And thankfully, married life is everything that they hope for. Clive said, "Marriage to Brenda definitely changed me. I felt different straight away. I was more relaxed. Until we got married, I felt like something was missing. We've been through a lot, and we came through it on the other end, and that's an achievement. What made it perfect is we can be on our own all day and still get along. We would do it again." I hope so.
Wait, what's crazy is that Mike Pence calls his wife mother. That's right. This guy can do it. This guy's allowed to do it.
Get away with it.
Wait, his favorite thing about her is that he can be away from her all day.
Hey, whatever works,
All
dude.
right, fine,
Whatever works.
Fine.
We don't go out of our way to tell strangers how we met, and they don't believe us. If we do, a lot of people thought it wouldn't last. I will tell you this. If you want to prove anybody wrong in your life, just be happy.
By the way,
whatever it is, if you like over time, you're going to be like, okay, I guess we were wrong. They really do.
They love each other. Now I'm thinking that Mike Doughty is right. He should have sang Groovy Kind of Love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go back. We're going to go back to them one more time before we get out of this. The question I have for you, how many years apart do you think
these guys are?
Clive and Brenda are? How many years apart?
If you told me that Clive 10 years ago used to be a woman, I would believe you.
No. He could do anything. He has no regrets.
I look at her and I think of Greg Fitzsimmons' bit about his grandma, where her hair is like an old dandelion, and he just wants to blow it and just watch it all disappear into the wind.
I can tell you this by looking at these two: they love popcorn. They love it.
They love to get the barrel. They'll tell you about this. It's caramel corn and cheese. And then you know what these guys do? They take the dividers out. They don't care. They don't care anymore.
They love popcorn.
They've basically taken the dividers out of life. That's
true too. All right, Doughty or Birbiglia?
I'm gonna say 10 years based on. Otherwise, I just don't know. I just don't know quite how it happens unless it's about a 10-year differential.
10-year differential. Okay, and who do you think is older? You think she's older by 10?
I think she's older by 10 is what my theory is.
10.
Okay.
Doty.
I want to like take the freaky counterintuitive route and say he is 1 year older than her.
Wow.
Go for it. Go for it.
Ooh.
It's the Price is Right $1 move.
Right? Yes. It's so good. So smart. Jay, what do you think? I'm going to say, I'm going to say she's 5 years older than him. Okay. And before I give my age, I got to give a quick shout out to, there's a guy, I think he's watching. His mom is a teacher. And I want to shout out to all the teachers out there. There are teachers out here who are doing their thing right now. Thank you so much for doing your thing. Shout out to Nathan Spicer's mom. She's a teacher. Way to do your job. So all right, we're about to wrap this up. So okay, ready for? I'm going to give mine. I think they are 15 years apart.
15.
She's 15 years older than him.
Okay, so let's run it
I think
back.
she's 77 and he's 62.
Okay, so let's run it back.
I say 15 years. Doty says he's a year older.
Okay.
Big says she's 10 years older, and I say she's 5 years older.
Okay. I did see some correct answers. And before I give it, do we want to make our quick announcement?
This is okay. We're getting to the end of the show. So we're gonna announce right now to all of you who our guests are going to be for the November 7th show that we're doing here at Nowhere Comedy Club of Live Down Peopletown. Are you guys ready? And the ticket link is live.
The ticket link is live right now. If you buy tickets between now and 8 a.m., you will be entered. We had 5 people. We choose you at randomly. You get automatic entrance into the VIP hang.
Yeah, so after the show.
You get that. So if you buy between now and 8 a.m., a little bit more incentive for you. And obviously, as so many found out today, it does sell out. So guarantee you're going to get to be there.
Here are the guests. John Hamm is our guest and the band Tennis.
Yes,
so
people.
Little
Ham and Tennis.
On November 7th. Ticket link is live. Okay, so give it to us, Dan.
Okay. Brenda and Clive Blunden.
Yep.
I don't even remember. Blunda? I don't even remember.
Are you about to say they're the same?
What if I'm about to say?
What are you going to say?
We will get out of here on this. They are 12 years apart.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw some out there. Way to go, Birbiglia.
This was close with the win. Again, everyone pick up Mike Birbiglia's book, the new one. Everyone pick out his
I don't have a copy of it, but I have David Sedaris's Let's Explore Diabetes with Owls. Which is very funny, hilarious. I just
get them both. Get them both. Get them both. New one, and also check out your podcast as well. And Mike Doughty's EP. Check that out too. Doughty's going to send us away on with a song as we say thank you so much to you guys. We love you so much. Doughty, take it away.
But I hope this is going to work. I just this is like a last minute.
I love it.
Do it.
When all the limbs are numb and clean and you're in transit dream to dream, well, I'll be there to lift you lazy bones. When all the world is lain and sank and money sleeps inside the banks, well, I'll be there to lift you lazy bones. Oh, yeah. Lazy bones. Cameraman sways to remember how the eye dances. A drunkenness is a handheld scrambling down to Nancy. I come stumbling, well, I hear you had to take a shine. And firing random, my yoga rays fell upon mine. Cool, you miss a maze with a handful of water. Trucks encircling, bearing down, coming louder. If I could stay here under your idle caress and not exit to the world and phoniness and people. Lazy bones. Lazy bones. And when all the noise has left your head, will someday you rise off the bed, and I'll be there to lift you, lazy bones.
Yes. Dude, that's my
Nicely
favorite.
done. I'll take all of that you got.
The
Thank you,
machine
Mike
died.
Doughty.
Literally, the battery ran out.
Perfect timing.
Perfect. Dude, you're the best, man. Mike Doughty. Thank you, Mike Birbiglia. Thank you, Nowhere
Love
Comedy
you guys.
Club. Ben,
Love you, Mike.
Love you, Mike
Seriously,
Birbig.
thank you guys
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you,
Nowhere
guys.
Comedy Club. Go to Ben Gleib's show tomorrow night. And oh shit, we gotta get back to work.
Thank you.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, calm you down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.